Hey guys, it's Jaren. This video is a goodbye to my camera, my Sony XR500V with baby death lens that I lost recently. So this is a send-off. I had a lot of cool footage on there that I was really excited to watch back and make an edit out of and stuff like that. So I wrote down everything that happened the day that I lost it. And there's a bunch of other cool stuff on the camera that I'm sad that I lost, but also this stuff I was the saddest that I lost because I was hanging out with some friends that were in town and that whatever, I'll just read it. Here we go. Move, cat. No, the cat. Anyway, let's see. I got it written down here on this big piece of cardboard. I wrote this, I don't know, 4 weeks ago whenever I lost the camera. And now here I am making the video. Alright. I'm just going to read it. DIY. That's the finger. Well, I said I was going to read it, but here I am editorial. DIY, that's the fingerboard DIY. With Brody. The fingerboard DIY in Queens, that is. Queens, New York. Okay, I'm really going to read. Here I go. DIY with Bob, Brody, Ed, Aiden, Sarah, and Sid, and me. Some footage I can't remember. The A-frame and part of the center plaza were missing. It was Monday, right before the park was attacked. I filmed Sid messing around in the bowl, I think, on his Anhero. I filmed Brody do some sweet airs on his Pro Model Dumb One. I started using the mega slow-mo feature on my camera. Went over to film Bob and Ed skate the big skateboard, Spine. Filmed Ed air over it. Bob decided to try nose stall indie. He nailed it in slow-mo. I made him do nose stall tail grab to point at the camera. He nailed that in a few tries. Ed did axle to disaster revert in slow-mo. Then again, but faster, to look even more sicker in slow-mo. I made Ed try some dumb trick I can't remember. Filmed Ed do some sweet fakey air to nose picks in slow-mo. I don't know if that's the right name for the trick. Ed, if you're watching this, let me know in the comments what the name of that trick is. You know the one. Made Ed film me try some 180s. Then eventually did an okay early grab indie off the edge of the spine in slow-mo. Went back over to the DIY zone. Filmed Sarah do some sweet trays, impossibles, and half impossibles to fakie in slow-mo on the OG brick bank spot, which is now obliterated. Filmed Brody do some cool candid FBing, then battle an epic line next to the bowl. The line was a sweet frontside lean to tail smack, then grind up the random hubba to tray bomb right into the lens, landing into the rough ass area next to the hubba. I filmed it awesomely. When we finally got it, Brody did a sweet little ollie right after the landing, and I shoved the lens all up in there. I made Ed film me try to drop down the set next to the random hubba to nose stall on the perpendicularly placed OG Tech Deck picnic table and slide on the ground, pop up and ride over and down the other side. It was too complicated, and I was making him film it in slow-mo for no good reason. Eventually, I just did a nice drop down the stairs onto the picnic tabletop and bench, and it was pretty cool. I had Brody film me do a line that started by hitting this random aluminum thingy I found and set up going down the double set as a pretty effective grind rail / hubba. The line was done pretty quick. Kickflip to frontside Smith, then kickflip down the set. Honestly, I did it really proper. I think we pretty much just kicked it for a few more minutes. Just me, Ed, Brody, Bob, and Sid at this point, and a random FB tourist named Jeremy. I think some other locals may have showed up too. We exited the DIY and I filmed Bob 1 do some sweet wall rides on the barriers in the parking lot. On a skateboard, that is, full size. Then skate around across the lot and hit some more wall rides on the other side. We headed towards Tiff's car. Then I made Bob ollie this stupid drop a few times. It looked awesome on the cam. Then we pretty much packed up our stuff and headed to ... the Railway Diner in Maspeth. We were pretty much the only table. The guy running the joint was nice AF. This was Bob's first American diner experience. He let the guy know when we were leaving, and he was hyped. Sid got the crispy burger, Bob a root beer float and a veggie burger. Brody, I think, got a burger. Ed got a burger with sweet potato fries. I got moussaka and a seltzer and fried pickles for the crew. The boys didn't love the diner, but I liked it okay. The fried pickles were the star of the show. Ed got a Diet Coke, I think, by the way. It wasn't too expensive. I bought Ed's meal in exchange for a sex emo skate deck, although he did buy my movie ticket the next night, but I think we both feel pretty good about the deal. Anyways, Ed and the guys wanted to see my new digs after that, so we got in the car, Sid in his truck, and we drove over there. I had some fun directing Ed through my new neighborhood. We drove right past my new place on purpose, without telling Sid. A bit rude, but we thought we were just going to peek at this crazy skate spot in the Popeyes parking lot. We were wrong. We pulled into the Popeyes lot, got boards and cameras out, and proceeded to rip the place to shreds. The spot that brought us there was a massive, steep-ass, red, monolithic, painted concrete bank at the same angle, at a concrete bank about the same angle as the LES steep banks, but with a slanted roof and a big crack at the bottom. What I didn't expect to see was a cool mini bank spot right behind it that was right up me and Bob's alley. I filmed Bob do a frontside nose pick on it, and then filmed Ed mentally prepare and then drop in on the red monolith, with Bob doing a kick turn on it right before. I filmed it steezy. Me and Bob 1 then seshed our butts off in the Popeyes lot, hitting sick microscopic airs over this 1 foot hip and stuff. It was around this time when I'm pretty sure I left my beloved Sony XR500V with baby death lens on top of the monolith, and then, sweaty and hyper, a bit delirious, we packed our boards back in the car and left. We watched Sid drive away as we turned onto my street. He was going home because he couldn't find parking, and he had a stomachache, apparently, from the crispy burger. We watched Crooked's Nar on VHS and played some Sesh It, the fingerboarding card game. The boys left, and I wasn't thinking about where my camera was at all. My cat peed on top of me and my bedding that night, so that probably distracted me from thinking about it in the morning. It's Friday now, and I've searched mine and my girlfriend's apartments thoroughly. Ed tells me it's definitely not in the car. So, I guess my last chance will be to stop by Popeyes after work today and ask if some pimp-ass amazing Samaritan brought it inside the restaurant. ... Unlikely. But I really hope that happened, so I don't have to make this black screen video, and I can watch footy of Ed and Bob 1 skating in Queens on a hot summer evening of my life. If not, rest in peace to a rain-soaked, it rained a lot this week, or stolen piece of awesome, almost perfect Sony electronics. I really love that camera, man. It's 5:51 p.m. here at work. I've finished setting up a bunch of LED lighting tubes. Time to ride my e-scooter to Popeyes. If, by the grace of Jah, my little camcorder is waiting for me in the break room, I don't know if those places have break rooms, I'll order some chicken and a biscuit. All right, that's all I wrote there. Yeah, rest in peace, Gray Cam.